bullets full of cases from my teeth. I got the powder falling out from my nose down to my feet. I'm unimpressed. Use your discretion while the best is.
All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Another episode of Off the Jaw. A beautiful day in Pennsylvania.
Beautiful sunny October day.
And wait, what's that? Another angle. And wait, a third angle. Beautiful. We just tripled our production value.
We absolutely did. We decided to add a couple more angles because maybe you weren't seeing our beautiful faces at the right angle.
Well, we figured out something pretty incredible, that our phones actually have cameras on the back of them, and we can just set those up.
I know, it took us so long.
Yeah.
Like, what are we doing?
We're trying to use our fancy camera, DSLR camera, and we're like, oh, wait.
We're sitting there with our Nikon set up, and I'm like, wait a minute. Why don't we just use their phone?
So to anybody out there, it's a big secret apparently nobody's figured out, or we're just that stupid.
No, we're just slow. We're so slow, it's ridiculous.
It only took us like a year to figure that out, almost, you know?
What is going on?
All right, well, I'm happy to be back. I got good energy today.
You got good energy?
Yeah, listening to the thrash metal.
Last week you were a little under the weather.
I was sick, but I'm better now.
That's good.
I took, what do they call it? I took horse dewormer, and I'm better now.
You took what? Horse medicine?
Yeah, I took horse paste. Yeah.
Horse paste.
And it works wonders, I got to tell you.
Awesome. So what's going on besides that?
Just in the I mean, I'm a politics brain. The race is getting
stuck
close.
On politics. Well, we're getting down to the wire now.
We got a couple weeks
nitty
left.
Gritty.
I had to make sure I was registered to vote.
You weren't registered to vote.
I did. I was. I just had to double check because I'm voting this time. Because Pennsylvania.
Did you see the new commercial out there?
There's so
about
many.
Voting. If you don't vote, your voting score goes down, and somehow that affects you.
Never heard that.
Yeah, neither have I. Like, who cares if I vote? If I don't vote, how does that affect my voting score? What, does that go against my credit score now?
I don't know. What does that mean?
Exactly. I'm completely confused.
Can you be punished for your vote?
I don't know. They're like, we can track your voting. We know that you haven't voted.
Oh, that's never mind. I'm not voting.
Okay, wait a minute. Wait. What do you mean you're tracking my voting?
Did you get one of those texts that was like, we know you're not voting. You better vote this year. We'll start sending the feds after you.
They say if you skip a year, your voting score goes down. So are you trying to say my voting score isn't as high as somebody else's, so it's not as important?
Maybe. Yeah, maybe I'm only...
Is that how they eliminate your vote now?
If you don't vote, yeah, they take...
Oh, wait a minute. He's a once-in-a-while voter. His vote doesn't count.
Yeah, let's just throw this one out.
Just throw that one out.
Did you see I mean, this happens every election, but a stack of mail-in ballots found in the storm drain, all that stuff. It happens, man. That's why I'm going in person, so I can make sure that my vote doesn't count.
They'll be like, Brian, you haven't voted for a while. Your score is like 001.
Your vote's worth 3/5 of a regular vote. Yeah. So, Pennsylvania's been a big deal.
Pennsylvania's been a huge deal. How many times has Trump and Kamala been around?
He was just
Several?
he was in Butler. He came back to Butler after being shot in Butler, and then he went to just like last night. He was in Latrobe, and Antonio Brown came up on stage with him. Did you see that?
Yes.
I can't believe Trump gave him the microphone because you never know what he's going to say.
When that happened, I was like holding my breath because AB's not right in the head.
Right. Yeah.
And we're Steeler fans. We know it.
Yeah, I don't think Trump knows that.
Yeah, and I'm just like,
God,
here it comes.
But he behaved. He was good.
He did behave. It was pretty wild.
Yeah, I wonder if that stuff affects people. Like, I don't know. I know a lot of Steeler fans who are like voting Democrat, and they're like, do you think that affects them? Do you think that?
I don't know. I don't think.
When I see
just probably say he's crazy and messed up, and that's why he's with Trump.
If I see Beyonce come out for Kamala, that doesn't really change my opinion, so I don't think it really matters. But it's cool. It's cool to see.
What are you talking about? Kamala? She sent out the kingpin himself.
Finally came out.
President Obama.
They finally brought him out of his closet to talk down to black men.
How?
Can we play the clip?
We can play the clip.
Go ahead.
We have to play the clip.
Yeah.
The same kinds of energy and turnout in all quarters of our neighborhoods and communities as we saw when I was running. Now, I also want to say that seems to be more pronounced with the brothers. So if you don't mind, just for a second, I'm going to speak to y'all directly. And you're coming up with all kinds of reasons and excuses. I've got a problem with that because part of it makes me think, and I'm speaking to men directly now, part of it makes me think that, well, you just aren't feeling the idea of having a woman as president. And you're coming up with other alternatives and other reasons for that.
All right. I mean, that's crazy. It's just to, he didn't say.
And I'm speaking to the brothers.
Yeah, he didn't say, I'm talking to men. He said, I'm talking to the brothers.
Mm-hmm.
And then went after them and shamed them, saying, basically, if you do not vote for Kamala Harris, you're sexist.
His whole thing is like an act. You know what I mean? And he's good. He's a good liar. He's great at it. He's a good speaker as well. But for somebody who was like a rich kid, born in Kenya, raised in Indonesia, then moved to Hawaii, he's not like the people that he's talking down to. It's like no different than, Mitt Romney talking down to them. It's like the same guy.
Yes.
It's the same. He just puts on an accent.
I have to look at it at a different perspective as an outsider looking into like a black community.
Mm-hmm.
If you have the very first black president of the United States,
Yeah.
That's got to be like a role model or a figure, an icon to a black community.
Yeah, I mean, he was.
I mean, it doesn't matter. Like that's how it was.
Yeah.
And then, yes, he didn't quite uphold his part of the deal in the black community because he's been hammered quite a bit.
Well, I've seen a lot of people saying this, but it is worth asking, like, what did you do? Like, if I'm a black person, what have you done for me? What did Obama ever do for me? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I can't think of anything.
And I'm just trying to put that aside. And then for him just to go on national TV and just say, I'm speaking to the brothers.
Yeah, you got to do your part.
And if you don't vote for this black woman, you're sexist.
And I mean, not
Can
listen. Go ahead.
I gotta put this in perspective.
Mm-hmm.
Can you imagine
Donald Trump?
if a white former president went on TV and was speaking to the white men?
Yeah, I see you guys aren't coming out.
And said, and if you don't vote,
and I'm speaking to the crackers here.
and I'm speaking to the crackers, if you don't vote for this white woman and you let this black guy win,
yeah,
would that be racist as shit?
that would be the worst thing that's ever happened. Worse than 9/11, I think.
Yeah.
That's
So what he did was the definition of racism.
Yeah. It definitely is. A lot of people don't see it that way, but there's no other way to describe it. That's what it is.
Don't listen to me. As a matter of fact, there's a couple of videos of people who said the exact same thing.
Yeah, pull it up.
Yeah, check this out.
The Democrats then unleashed Barack Obama into the wild to shame us black men for not supporting Kamala Harris, despite the fact that she's yet to unveil any policies that represent our interests. But if it was a white politician shaming other white men for not voting based on identity politics, y'all will call him racist. Why is it okay for Barack Obama, Kamala Harris, and all these other people that supposedly look like me? Why is it okay for them to get on TV and shame me for not voting for them simply because they look like me? That is racist, brother. I don't know how else to put it. That is racism. I don't have to vote for Kamala because she's quote unquote black. Just like I shouldn't have voted for yo because you got up there, you tap dance for the establishment, and you ain't do a goddamn for the black people that put you in office. You, brother.
But yeah, that his whole talking down thing, it's gotten too far. He's always been very like self-righteous, very smooth, very cool, but also he's up on his high horse. This is a huge backfire
for him.
I think,
in the Democratic Party. Yeah, there has been some black figures coming out that are literally bashing President Obama.
I've seen some of it.
You know, Byron Donald, for example, Leo Terrell, just firing on him. I mean, they are shredding him. How about Stephen A? Or no, crap.
Stephen A. Smith.
Stephen A. Smith.
Yeah, I didn't see what he said, but the way he talks, I can only imagine how.
Now, Stephen A. Smith is very popular, especially in sports.
Oh yeah.
You know,
even I know. NBA, I don't watch sports.
Football,
I know who he is.
All that. Yeah, he's huge, and he even came out. And President Obama was like his idol, and he's literally shocked that he said this. I mean, you can go look and watch his video, and he is just like dumbfounded.
Can we put it up?
Yes.
Okay.
Respectfully, President Obama, what you said is not acceptable. I'm going to say it again. Respectfully, what you said is not acceptable. Not to me, not to a host of black men out there who's not even thinking about voting for Donald Trump. What you said is unacceptable. You see, what you're missing is that you're basically accusing black men who come up with a reason to not support Kamala Harris as engaging in misogyny. Whatever happened to disagreeing without being disagreeable, President Obama? What happened to that? All of a sudden, we want to challenge men and our love and our affection as black men for black women. We want to bring that into question because we've got an election coming up and people may have the temerity to think differently than you. It's because she's a woman that she's in danger of losing this election? Didn't Hillary Clinton win the popular vote in 2016? Didn't she get over 2.8 million more votes than Donald Trump in the popular vote for the 2016 election? Last time I checked, she's a woman. Are we there sitting here and implying that black men would be more apropos to support a white woman than a black woman? Is that what we're saying? Is that what we're saying? It's a rhetorical question because it makes no sense to me.
I mean, that is some crazy shit for Obama to say. I don't know, just like how little you think of these people, because they thought they had these voters. They're like, oh, we have these, because they have for the past 70 years. It's been like, you know, by and large, black people vote for Democrats, and that's just how it's been. So I think they took it for granted, and now they're like, oh shit, we lost them because they haven't done shit for them. So it's coming back to bite them. They bring out Obama to try to save it, you know.
Well, I saw it coming even before Obama came out. I mean, come on. The vice president went out and just put this, what do you call it? A checklist out there for black men?
I got to pull up this checklist. It is racist. It's one thing as a politician. And I'm trying to
look at, and I have to look at this in a different perspective because I'm not a member of a black community. And,
sure.
And I can't.
Our opinions aren't valid.
Yeah, we're not valid.
Yeah.
But I have to look at it, you know, in a different angle. And I'm just trying to figure out, like, if that was me and it was reversed and I heard all this put on me, I would be going, what the hell are you talking about?
Yeah, like, why is it my duty to, first of all, why is it my duty to vote for you? And then also, like
what are you saying, that I'm so helpless that I can't do anything?
I can be bought with a loan and some weed, and that you got my vote, you know? She could buy me. $20,000? I might.
I don't think so. I think it's a slap in the black community. I could slap on their face.
It really is. It's insulting.
I think it's extremely insulting. You know, it's an embarrassment. And then, you know, Barack Obama, for him just to go on and just shame black men and saying the reason why.
And I'm speaking to the brothers. I can't get over that. The reason why
some of you, because I'm speaking to the brothers, and I know that
the same energy you had for me, I'm not seeing it.
I'm not seeing it. And I think it's because she's a woman.
Yeah, sure, that's it. Right. Also, the energy that, like, imagine if Obama ran now. Like, if he did. Do you think he would be, because he was really exalted. I liked him because he's so good he's so charismatic, you know?
The way he handled himself, the way he talks, the way he communicates with people, it was infectious.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, you can't take that away. I don't care what anybody says, even if you didn't like the man's politics.
Yeah, just the way he talked and the speeches he gave and stuff, it was he didn't say much, but it sounded good.
It sounded great.
Yeah.
You're like, oh, listen to this.
Right.
You know, now reverse that and put, you know, Kamala Harris when she speaks.
Yeah. You
look at her and go, what?
Yeah, Allie goes, whenever she sees her, she's like, I just want to hit her so she'll stop talking.
God, I know.
Oh, God.
God, I can't take any more of that laughing.
She's her biggest fan.
So
she's great.
She does that when she gets, I think is when she gets nervous.
Uncomfortable,
or uncomfortable, she just starts laughing. You know, and it's nonstop.
Did you see, all right, this is a clip we're going to have to put up. I'm not going to give you any context. We're just going to watch it.
Oh, you guys are at the wrong rally. No, I think you meant to go to the smaller one down the street.
if you couldn't hear what happened there, Kamala was at a rally, and two people in the crowd started yelling about Jesus, and one of them said, "Jesus is Lord," which, you know, they obviously, it seems like they were trying to disrupt the rally a little bit. I don't know. But Kamala responds with, "Oh, you were at the wrong rally," which is true. They are. But when has a politician in America ever said something like that? Like, that's always been disqualifying.
Yeah.
If somebody said, "Oh, you know, we love Jesus," and then the person running for president says, "Oh, you're in the wrong place," that should destroy your in America. It should destroy your career.
Exactly.
You know?
I mean, when you start getting into anything, when you're talking about, you know, Catholics or Christians or talking about Lutherans and anything that.
Well, that's what in the '90s. That's what it was like.
Yeah.
They'd come after you for shit like that. But now it's like it's almost the other way around. It's you can't.
And I get it too. We get criticized a lot because we talk about the Democrats and because it's so fun because they literally can't get out of their own way.
Well, they're so bad right now.
It's so bad, it's pathetic.
Yeah.
You know, like
the Republicans are bad too, but the Democrats are they're so bad.
There's so many lies and so many loopholes, and you can just piece it together, and they still say, "Well, we didn't say that."
And it gets
didn't do
worse.
that.
Now I have video evidence of like, I'm like, here's what, because whenever I argue with people and they're like, "Oh, that never happened," I'm like,
here it is, right here.
I'll show you. Yeah.
Oh well, that you know.
Then they move.
That was
They
taken
change
out of context.
Yeah, the argument changes.
That was taken out of context.
Well, it doesn't really mean what you think it means.
Look at Kamala Harris, for example. She just recently went to the border for the very first time.
Yeah.
This woman has been in charge of the border. She's the czar of the border.
And she has something to say, and that's something they completely
And last
erased.
week, in case anybody missed it, last week she just went on and said, you know, when she was in California, that she went to the border and she crawled in through the tunnels.
Did she say that?
Yeah, that she was crawling in through the smuggling tunnels.
Wow.
Are
that's
you a
great.
crack woman? Because you just said on TV that you never went to the border. Matter of fact, you said you never went to Europe either.
Yeah, nobody buys it. I don't think.
They're laughing their ass off, illegal immigrants, because they know the border's open.
You just get
They
free
can't be
shit.
turned down.
Right.
So what people don't understand that there's actually two walls. There's a wall that's in Mexico. There's a wall.
And then
in
there's
Mexico.
Tim walls. There's a third
There's
one.
Tim walls. Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's one in between.
Okay.
It's kind of like the no fly zone.
Right.
You know? So what the illegal immigrants are doing is they're jumping over the wall, and then the border patrol picks them up
Yeah.
and takes them to the United States, where they're giving a free pass.
And they're like, where are the
They're
swing
not being
states?
deported back.
They're like, well, what they're doing recently, which is like a brilliant tactic, but also indescribably evil, is like, let's send them to the swing states. We'll send some to. They sent a bunch to Charleroi in Pennsylvania, where near us, we've both been there. They sent them to that Springfield in Ohio. They're going to Wisconsin. They're like, let's get these people in the swing states. Let's get them out there in the Midwest. You know.
Exactly. And here's another thing that a point. I think I can't remember who it was. Was it Leo Terrell or it could have been somebody else.
To one of the people responding to Obama.
Actually, that and immigration, because how frustrated they are with it.
Well, that's something.
Basically, what they said is, you know, there's struggles in the black community. You know, and here we are giving free money to immigrants, illegal immigrants, because here's what's happening. Like we'll say in New York City, for example, they're literally giving them prepaid Visa cards.
Yep, and some cash assistance.
Over
and,
$25 million worth. And here you are, you have not only starving, you know, African Americans, but also, you know,
just any
Americans.
Poor people. Yeah,
in general.
Just Americans are poor and struggling.
And here we are just going, here's some free Visa cards. Come on in.
It is really frustrating, and I hate it, and I feel helpless to stop it.
Because if you go back and you look at some of the records, in 2021, I believe it was 1.5 million illegal immigrants were caught at the border.
That we know of. Yeah.
That's where it started. In 2022, it was 2.3 million, and it keeps going up. But what they don't tell you is about the 5.5 million that they don't have an accountable for. That they got through and have no idea where they went.
Nobody knows. Nobody knows how many. We're just guessing.
Yeah, so they're just guessing on numbers. So that's the issue.
Yeah. We just took, like, I don't know, imagine, let's take the entire state of Utah and just, like, take all those people and pick them up and drop them in Mexico or something.
Are you trying to say you're going to take all the FDLs in Utah and put them in Mexico? I think they're already there. Shit.
What are the odds that I picked that? That's where they went, so they could be polygamous, right?
That was a good one.
That was totally unintentional. I can't believe you caught that. So yeah, I'd pick somewhere else. But just imagine like taking that many people, like 1 million a year at minimum, and just putting them into another country, and then they're trying to argue like this is a good thing.
I mean,
give
it's
them
crazy.
a phone card, give them some cash assistance, and they'll just
Yeah, and what's really crazy is everybody's ignoring the fact that we're so focused on the southern border that they are flying into Canada and coming in through the northern border.
No shit.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah.
It's probably just as easy to get in that way too.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's wild.
That is crazy, and that's the stuff that you don't hear because we don't want to talk about that.
Yeah, I'm surprised. I'd never heard that.
I mean, that's just how bad it's getting.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't even know when does it stop. I have no idea.
I don't know.
I mean, of course, Kamala Harris says she has the solution. She's going to fix the problem. She's been in charge of it for the last 4 years and hasn't done a damn thing.
Yeah, you're the czar.
Now she has the formula.
You know what Poland's doing? Poland is. I might move to Poland, man. They're getting. I think it's Poland, Hungary, some of those Eastern Bloc states, the ones who were like taken over by the Nazis and then by the Soviets. Like they've been through a lot, so they don't put up with shit like this. They're like, if you try to cross our border illegally, we have guns pointed at you. We'll shoot you. I don't care how much the EU fines us. We're not doing it. Like they're getting fined $1 million a day because they won't take in these refugees, and they're like, we don't fucking care. I'm like, good. Somebody's got to do it.
I mean, there's a right way and a wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I get it. You want a better life, come to the United States, but do it the right way.
Yeah.
Is the process slow? Probably. I don't know. I've never been through it. I get it, but at least you're doing it the right way.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, what would you do if you're on the other side and you were starving and your family was on the verge of dying? What would you do? I guess I would jump the border. I guess I would.
Yeah. If that option's available to me, I don't blame the immigrants.
Yeah, I don't blame them.
I blame the politicians and the
It's the process of what happens. It's not right. So it's not that I'm saying don't let them in. Just do it right.
Just what we're doing isn't working.
Yes,
Clearly,
it's not working.
We got to do something else.
Don't say, FEMA, you don't have funds to help, hurricane victims when you spend all the damn money on illegal immigrants and turn around and say we didn't do that.
Yeah, oh shit, we spent it all on them, and then whenever it actually comes time to somebody asks
when
you
Jean
directly,
Pierre went on, and said it,
she's a genius,
right to everybody in 2022, and then turned around and said, no, that's not what we meant.
And it doesn't matter. They can drop their mask for some reason. Didn't you make a clip? You put them right side by side.
Yes.
Her saying the
She flat out
exact
lied.
opposite, and that doesn't matter for some reason to them. That used to be something that would destroy your career if they catch you on that big of a fuck up and saying the exact opposite and lying and hiding
destroy
something.
you.
Now it's like.
Well, because it's the Democrats. If it was Republicans, you need to be out of office. You're a liar. We need to destroy you. Democrats is, that's not what we meant.
Right. As long as you, just keep doing what we want you to do.
It's okay.
Yeah.
You took it out of content.
Right. It's a cheap fake or a deep fake or misinformation.
Well, so here's the misinformation thing. This is my conspiracy on the misinformation thing and why they're pushing it so hard. Misinformation. That's because, mark my words, somewhere.
That's what they called Kamala in college.
Yeah. Mark my You mean her plagiarism?
Plagiarized.
Why am I tongue twisted on this?
Let me derail here. We can get right back on. So don't forget what you were going to say. But she got in trouble for that plagiarism stuff in her book.
Plagiarism, yes.
But she can't come out and admit that she didn't write that book. Obviously, she had a ghostwriter. She didn't write it, so she can't.
She did have a ghostwriter.
But imagine her saying.
But that's who they're blaming now.
They're blaming the ghostwriter now?
Yes, because it was his fault he didn't do quotations.
So she can't get in trouble for it.
So she can't get in trouble.
I thought there was no way she'd come out and say, I didn't actually write that.
No, he didn't put the right quotations in. He didn't give credit, but there are footnotes. If you read the footnotes, therefore it's okay.
Yeah, from Wikipedia. They plagiarized Wikipedia.
Wikipedia, which, today Wikipedia basically means nothing. Because everybody pretty much has defunct it.
Yeah.
I mean,
but what were you going to say?
Anyways, yeah, you stole my thunder with the plagiarism.
Sorry.
I got tongue-tied, couldn't say it. Didn't know what happened.
That's why I stole it, yeah.
You just jumped right in there.
Steve, I'd like to steal. If I
sometimes the words just don't come out of my mouth right.
No, all the time.
Shut up.
I meant me too.
That's what my wife would say. She'll listen to our podcast and she'll, you said that word wrong.
Yeah,
you
fucked that up.
I'm like, what are you fucking talking about?
Yeah. But then you listen back and you're like, oh shit.
I know. I'm like, God damn, she was right. Yeah. I did say it wrong.
That would have been such a good point if I got that one word right. Threw the whole thing off.
Shit. Now where were we going?
Well, I told you not to forget what you were talking about.
Well, you cut me off. You jumped in. You stole my thunder. Now I'm brainless right now.